Hey guys, let's see if this video will pop up for us. There we go. Okay, great. And just make sure that we are live over here. Hopefully we won't have the same issues that I did last time with things starting and stopping. All right, great. We are good to go. Okay, whenever you are here, please say hello in the chat so I know when you guys have made your way over here, and then we can get started. Okay, let's see. Where is my chat not popping up? Okay, there we go. Hey guys, Christopher, Angel, Colin, hello. J Mac, hello. NYC, hello, hello. G Money, hello. Thanks, guys. All right, cool. I'm glad you're all here. Yeah, sorry about last week. That was a very last minute family thing that came up and I had to cancel at the very last second, so I apologize for that. Chris says, happy birthday early. Thank you so much. Yeah, my birthday is over the weekend, turning 35 on the 30th. Crazy. Hey everybody, hello. Colin, my day is going really well. Thank you so much for asking. Had a really great day. Jeff is here, awesome. Jermaine says, let's cut some cords. I love that we always kick it off with that. Thank you. Hello everybody. Good to see you all. We have some big news to talk about. So we have the Amazon acquisition of MGM. We have the producers of the Bond franchise saying, no way, we're still going to theaters. We will not be going straight to streaming. So that has been some news today. Any low-cast news? Nothing really. I know that the, whoops, sorry about that. I'm knocking my microphone over. I know that the letters were filed for the lawsuit and everything, but I have not heard anything since then, unfortunately. All right, let's see. Jose says, I can give the live Q&A my full attention now because my 600-pound life season is over. I love Dr. Now, so I'm a fan. Roxy says, hi, new to cord cutters. Welcome. We are so happy to have you. If you have any cord cutting questions or just want to talk about what shows you're streaming right now, definitely leave a comment in the chat. Yes, Amazon does get the Bond movies with the MGM deal, but there was some question about whether the new Bond movie would go straight to streaming on Amazon Prime Video, and the producers came out and said that they are still going to have a theatrical window, so we will still have to wait for it to show up on streaming. The question now is what that window is going to look like, how long we will have to wait before it does start streaming. Jeff, hello. Yeah, I missed you guys last week too, so sorry about that. All right, let's see. NYC says, is consolidation going to be the name of the game this decade? I feel like this won't be the last time we see acquisitions like this. I completely agree with you, NYC. There's been a lot of chat over on Twitter today with reporters and analysts and all kinds of people talking about what the next acquisition will be. I think that, yeah, I think that we'll see a lot more companies kind of teaming up, lots of mergers, acquisitions. I definitely think that you are right to say that consolidation is the name of the game. So question for you guys, what do you think the next deal is going to be? Who's going to acquire who? Howard, hi, good to see you. I got your message over on Twitter. Thank you for that. All right, hang on just a minute. Let me check something real quick. Sorry, I know I'm always unable to do more than one thing at once. Okay, all good. All right, Howard is loving his new Apple TV and the remote. Yes, that was the message I saw from you. I'm so happy to hear that you're happy with the remote. I need to get my hands on one too. Has Amazon said when they expect the MGM deal to close? They have not. They are waiting for things to be approved. And I saw that Senator Amy Klobuchar has just kind of brought this up and said we really need to take a closer look at this just because it's such a huge, huge deal. So I think that we will have to wait a while to see what happens here. All right. Let's see. Somebody asked about the HBO Max ad-supported tier. We do have a date for that. They have announced that it is happening in June, and there was an exact day, and now I can't remember, but I want to say it's June 6th. So, or maybe they just said the first week of June. I'm really sorry. I wish I could. Wow, I feel like my brain is fried by the end of the day, but yeah, the first week of June is when we will see the ad-supported HBO Max tier for $10 a month. All right, I saw something up here, and let me find it again if I can. Oh, Jermaine said, Locast sent me an email this morning offering a discount on the $5 fee because I haven't donated. Yeah, so I just saw something right before we hopped on here about Locast offering people a discount, I guess, on that $5 donation. And so they are offering a certain number of people the service for free without getting those constant notifications asking for a donation. Angel, yes, Filo is indeed raising their price by $5 a month. And the one thing that they really wanted us to emphasize whenever we shared that news is that that's only going to be for new subscribers. So if you are already subscribed to Filo, you will be grandfathered into that $20 a month price. You won't have to pay $25. So it'll be, for now anyway, for new subscribers only. Let's see. Roxy backed out of Locast. Why is that, I wonder? Did you have an issue with it? Let us know. What are my thoughts on the Warner Media and Discovery merger? I was, to be honest, not at all surprised to hear this. I know that Discovery's CEO has talked about wanting to merge. I think that that was always kind of in the plan for them. And I think that Warner Media made sense for that one. So I'm really interested to see what they end up doing, if they are coming out with a completely new service and what this is all going to look like. But we already knew that AT&T was interested in getting out of video and that Discovery was interested in teaming up. So very curious about what this is going to look like. If you have any thoughts, please drop them in the chat. I would love to know. Any news on Roku and YouTube TV? So not really. Things are still kind of at a standstill. But I did hear that earlier this week, I think it was the Roku CEO, was saying that they feel like Google did this on purpose, basically, that they were trapping them. And the point of that, Roku is saying the point of that was so that they would have to then raise the prices of Roku devices. And we all know that Roku having cheap devices is kind of what keeps them going, right? So they don't make their money from device sales, they make their money from advertising. So they feel like Google is trying to kind of bully them into raising the prices of their devices, which would then make Google Chromecast even more affordable. So very interesting. There are definitely shots being fired. So yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on that and see if any official announcements are made, any official statements. All right, Roxy wants to know about how to get free locals. And Roxy, I know that you already mentioned Locast, and that would be my top suggestion. Other than that, I would say we always recommend using an antenna. Depending on where you live, you could get a ton of these local channels for completely free. Did you hear about Roku getting Quibi content? I've been binging it. Yes, George, I sure did. So the Roku channel finally posted that Quibi content, at least some of it. So right now over on the Roku channel, you can watch 30 shows to start, more are coming later. And those are all available, goodness gracious, those are all available for free on the Roku channel. So things like Chrissy's Court, Reno 911 is on there, a bunch of good stuff. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Some of it's very good, and I have to say, I'm so happy to just be watching it on a big TV instead of on my phone. Any new rumors of a new Fire Stick? Nothing that we have heard so far, but that could change in the fall. But as of now, no, I have not heard anything. What do you think will happen with AT&T when the new DirecTV thing happens? So AT&T sold off 30% of its video stuff to, what was the name of it? Something points. So anyway, they sold off 30% of their video stuff, and now they are in this partnership with Discovery. And basically AT&T is just trying to get the heck out of video completely. So what do I think will happen with AT&T TV? That's a great question. I could see these two companies kind of teaming up and doing something with that live TV streaming service, and then also having a on-demand or smaller, more niche service. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I definitely think the AT&T TV will change somehow. I think the name will change for sure, and hopefully it won't be another Plus service, but we will see. So I'm not really sure, but I think that it's a really good asset. It is a really good live TV streaming service, especially if you're looking for those RSNs, because AT&T TV has so many of them where others have dropped them. So I don't see it going away completely, but I do see it changing significantly with all of this. All right, let's see. What is your Twitter name, and do you know when Pluto TV will be getting a DVR? My Twitter name is Jess Types, so you can find me over there, pretty simple. Do I know when Pluto TV is getting a DVR? They do not have any plans for that I know of at this point. All right, Kyle says, I have a Roku Premiere Plus, but I want either an Ultra or a Stream Bar. What is the RAM on the Stream Bar? To be honest, I have no idea. I will say though, over on the Roku website, if you go to their shop tab, you can select multiple devices and then compare them, and they'll put them all in a chart for you. So that should make it much easier to make your decision. CJ says, just got off the phone with my daughter. She turned 8 today. Happy birthday to your daughter. I know that comment was directed towards somebody else, but couldn't help seeing those little hearts out of the corner of my eye. Happy birthday to your daughter, CJ. Bill says, will Amazon add MGM to Prime Video or create a new pay service such as MGM Plus? That's a great question. And to be honest, right now, we don't know. So like I said, they really have to wait for all of those, for everything to be approved. There are regulations that they have to have approved or meet, or whatever requirements they have to meet. So we will kind of just have to wait and see what happens with all of this. There's no guarantee that this will be allowed to go through yet. So everything is very up in the air right now. We have pretty much no details. Howard said, I've heard rumors of NFL Sunday Ticket going to ESPN Plus or DAZN. Yeah, I've seen those floating around too, and I feel like these rumors are constantly floating around. I think Disney made some comment about how they're interested, they're looking at their options. So yeah, I think it will end up somewhere else, and I would love to see it on streaming, but we will have to wait and see what happens there. Chris says, please remember to hit the like button. Yes, please do. If these conversations are fun or entertaining for you, please hit the like button. It helps us. CJ says, we don't need another Plus service. Yeah, tell me about it. There is also talk of CNN coming out with a standalone service, which we will have a post up about tomorrow. And rumor has it, guess what it's going to be called, everybody? CNN Plus. We will see. I don't know who I need to call to have a chat about that. Yeah, Jermaine, thank you for that. Jermaine says there's lots of people chatting, so some chats will be missed. Absolutely. If you ask a question and I don't get back to you, please ask it again, because I get very confused with things coming by really quickly and then scrolling back up. I'm always missing questions, so please ask again. Craig says, hi Jess, I cut the cable and satellite cord a while back because I don't watch much TV to pay for it. Have not looked back. Craig, love to hear that. How much money are you saving, if you don't mind telling us? It's always my favorite question to ask. Yeah, awesome. And especially if you're not watching that much TV, why pay for it? There's so much content that you can get for free, and there's so many good services that are inexpensive. So like Hulu, if you just want to catch up on things later. So many good options. Somebody asked for my Twitter name in the chat, so I will drop that there. Thank you for all the happy birthday messages. I really appreciate that, guys. DMS says at least Fox didn't put plus in the streaming name. Gosh, anytime that I hear of a new service coming out with a plus, I'm like, there are so many other options. You really had so many choices. Man. John says, just found out that SEAL Team 6, is it SEAL Team 6 or just SEAL Team, will move from CBS to Paramount Plus. Yeah, I saw that earlier today too. Good stuff. Narissa, is that how you say your name? I have cut the cord since last year for the pandemic, saved over $500. That's awesome. Congratulations. Love to hear it. I think a lot of people cut the cord during the pandemic just to cut down on expenses, and because it's so much easier, you can really just pick and choose what content you want and switch from one service to another, which is awesome. Some funny comments about CNN, some that I will not be reading out loud. Bill says, Filo grandfathered customers can upgrade. Oh yeah, that's a good call, Bill. Thank you for that. So if you are a subscriber to Filo and you want to keep your $20 a month plan, you can, but you can also pay that extra $5 a month and upgrade. And with that upgrade, you will get to keep the content on your DVR for a full year instead of just 30 days. So Bill, thank you for calling that out. Yeah. Artie says, are you familiar with News On? It's like Lowcast, I believe, but available everywhere, and it's wonderful. I am familiar with that, and that is one. Whoop, I think I'm out of focus here. There we go. Well, maybe. Am I moving too much? All right, I think we're good now. Sorry about that. I think whenever I move my head too much, things get a little crazy. Yes, News On is another good free news source. There are tons of them on Roku and Fire TV. Definitely check out those free news apps. Roxy said, how much is I'm sorry, I can't speak. How much is Hulu? I just cut the cord and I'm saving $100 a month. That's awesome. Congratulations. Hulu is under $10 if you're looking for on-demand content only. $65 if you are looking for live TV. Matt, hello. Happy to see you here. Chris, hello. What do I think about the new Sling TV update? To be honest, I haven't used it a whole lot myself. I've just kind of been watching the videos. But Philip has a whole video about that Sling TV interface update. So definitely check that out right here on our Cord Cutters News YouTube channel. And we also have a post about that update over on cordcuttersnews.com. Yeah, I think that they really were listening to customer feedback. So props to them for doing that. And it sounds like it's going to expand to a bunch of different devices, including Roku, later this year. So that's awesome. Love to see it. It looks like they made some improvements to their search function, which I appreciate. Also to their guide and a few other things, just making it easier to quickly get to the channels and the shows and movies that you want to see, which is great. I like Sling, but I do think it's a little tricky to navigate. So I am here for this update. Paul, so sorry I missed your question. What channels are Filo giving us in order to justify this price increase? As far as we know right now, they are not adding any new channels. They are adding that DVR function where you will get to keep your content for a year instead of 30 days. They also had a pretty good explanation, and I pulled a quote to put in the post that we have up over on cordcuttersnews.com. A quote from their CEO kind of explaining why they had to do this. It's just that they have never had a price increase and the price of content is just getting more expensive. So it was just something that they felt like they needed to do to keep the service going and to give everybody the best possible user experience. So you can read that over on the blog. All right, any news on Fubo TV adding the Turner networks? Unfortunately, I have not heard anything lately, but always a possibility. I know that's a question every week, and I wish I had a better update for you guys. Let's see. Oh, interesting question. Geneva says, the tip of my charger broke off of my iPad. Does anyone know how to get it out? I will say that happened to me with my phone not long ago, and I just grabbed some tweezers and pulled it back out. So it's the best advice I have for you. Excuse me, sorry. Ooh, an interesting question from Jermaine. If I had to guess, what do I think will happen to AT&T customers like you who get free HBO Max? Will the Disco Max Plus deal take away our free service? First of all, love that you have decided to name it Disco Max, and I know that you saw my tweet where I told AT&T that you had done their marketing for them, so love that. Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like because it's a deal between AT&T and Discovery, AT&T customers might be okay. It might be kind of an incentive to get AT&T customers to stick around, but also some Verizon customers are getting Discovery Plus for free, and I think those are the customers that are going to have an issue, and they will most likely lose their service, their free service. They can still subscribe, obviously. G-Money says, to be fair to Filo, it's been 4 years with no price increase. Yeah, that's absolutely true. They launched in 2017, I believe. And yeah, no price increase. They pride themselves on being an affordable service, and they still are if you really look at the number of channels that you're getting for 20 or 25 bucks. So this one was kind of understandable to me. There were some jokes on Twitter saying that everyone else raises their prices and we're all up in arms about it, and Filo does it and we all kind of say, oh, it's okay. But yeah, I think it's true. I think that they were very thoughtful about how they explained it, and it was something that it seems like they had to do, so understandable. Okay, I know I missed some questions, so sorry if I didn't answer. Please ask again. John chiming in to give me the Indian score. Thank you so much. It is 0-0. Good to know. Thank you. I've got my ESPN app over here. I'll try not to check it. NYC says, do you see Amazon acquiring regional sports networks down the road? They already have rights for NFL, Thursday Night Football. Nothing wrong with them to dive more into sports. My answer is yes, I totally see that happening. I'm very interested to see if sports leagues and individual teams can break off and do their own streaming thing, their own streaming deals. But I think that Amazon has shown interest in doing more with sports. So I definitely see that happening, yes. Shoot, I just lost one. There we go. Did you mention the glitch of sound and off-on features on the Roku Ultra caused by an upgrade? Glad they sent out a fix. I had not mentioned it, Anne, but thank you for mentioning it. I saw a lot of people saying that they were having issues like that, and it seems like looking for an update and restarting the device seems to be helping some people, so that's great. I have not had an issue myself, so I hadn't seen it firsthand, but I have heard lots of people saying that it has been resolved. All right, let's see here. Paul, I think I just did answer the question. What channels are Filo giving us? And the answer is none. They are not adding channels with this price increase. It was just something that they felt they had to do, but they are increasing that DVR time, like I said. CJ, oh no, come back. CJ says, as of right now, I'm getting Filo for just $10 a month for the next 11 months. You were one of the lucky ones to get that deal. Love that for you. Christopher says, I like that I can keep my $20 price with Filo. Yeah, definitely. I think it was a smart move to let people stay grandfathered into that deal. Too many streaming services. Nah, never too many. It's fine. I do think it was a good point, though, that they will be consolidating more. I think we're going to see that more and more now that there are so many smaller services. I think we've kind of gotten close to our limit. Jermaine says the head of marketing at Crackle follows me on Twitter because of the Disco Max tweet. Yeah, happy to help. And I think you're talking about Chris. He's a good guy, so you'll get along well. Howard was happy to be back at Wrigley Field last Tuesday. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I saw that most stadiums, if not all, are getting back closer to full capacity, so that's awesome. Love that. All right, let's see. Jose says, I get HBO as a $5 add-on to my grandfathered AT&T TV Now plan because AT&T owned Warner Media. I wonder if that will change. Oh man, Jose, there is so much up in the air right now with this whole deal. I'm very interested to see how it all shakes out. But like I said, that since AT&T is still part of this whole situation, I feel like maybe AT&T customers will still be okay. I think it's just kind of the others, like the Verizon customers who are getting HBO Max. I think those are the ones that will see a change. But yeah, hard to say because, as you know, AT&T TV Now, they are not selling to new customers. They aren't marketing anymore. So we might see some changes in which services are being offered and how. All right, let's see. What else? Sorry, I kind of start singing to myself whenever I'm a little loopy. I don't know if anyone noticed. All right. Paul, yeah, I completely understand. It's frustrating to not be getting more channels with the price increase, but I think that they, like I said, I think they did a pretty good job explaining why it was happening. And it's been pointed out too, it's been 4 years with no price increase, so it was bound to happen eventually. Jason says, I saw a video on the rise and fall and rise again of Warner Brothers, speech impediment, happens every time, and how they were forced to sell off their theater chains in the early days. Does this sound like the Amazon MGM deal? That's interesting. I'm not really sure. So this is MGM Studios, which I'm not sure how everything is connected. It's so complicated whenever you start looking at these mergers that companies will have all these offshoots, like what's included, what's not. Some titles are included, some are not. Some are produced by MGM, some are produced by others and distributed by others. So it's all just kind of a little bit of a mess, I feel. So were they forced to? I would say probably not. I think Amazon was offering a ton of money, almost $9 billion. I think it was probably a deal they couldn't say no to be honest. And I think Amazon was really trying to get their hands on a lot of content. They were looking to produce their own content, which they can do now through MGM. So it seems like a deal they couldn't refuse. All right, definitely missing some things, so sorry. Richard says, any chance that you and Philip will do a Q&A or podcast in the afternoon like you and Luke did? I would love that. And I've mentioned before, it's so hard just with being on different coasts, different time zones. So planning things like that is very tricky. Also, we have such a small team right now that all of us are so busy all the time. But hopefully, yes, hopefully at some point we will have some time freed up where we can do something like that. I know he and I would both really love to. We love making videos together, so things like that low-cast video that we did, and around the holidays we did a gift guide video. We love doing stuff like that when we get a chance. All right, let's see what else we've got going on here. Jim doesn't use Filo because there is no sports. Yeah, that's one way that they've been able to keep their costs down. They don't do locals, they don't have sports, they don't have news, and that helps them stay at an affordable price point. They always just recommend using an antenna or something to get those extra channels. The new Rewind channel. Yeah, so I know that we've talked about that a little bit, but I haven't seen or heard anything recently. If anyone else knows, please share. I know it's just going to be classic TV. Have you seen the new trailer for the upcoming movie, The Tomorrow War, on Prime Video? I have not. I read a quick description, but have not seen the trailer yet. I did watch the trailer for a bunch of Hulu originals today. I threw up a post real quick that is a list of all of the Hulu originals coming out this summer, and there's some good stuff. So I added a couple of trailers right in that post if you want to check them out. Eric is pointing out, yes, I do have a wall behind me instead of a window. It's helping with the lighting situation. It's helping with the noise situation. It's much better all around. So yeah, I'm over in the corner of my office over here. There is a window over here with the blinds down, so no light, no noise. Love it. All right, you miss looking out the window. Yeah, honestly, I do too sometimes. I really did love that wall of windows, but I would say for videos, this is much better. I'll try to get something on that wall back there. I know it's awfully boring. That's why I put my plant over here. Eric says that the Quibi Roku originals are interesting. Yeah, if you've already seen any of them, let me know what you think. I just watched Reno 911 and a few episodes of Chrissy's Court. Would I recommend AT&T TV? So I would say, first of all, it's very expensive. But if you are looking for regional sports networks, I think it is a great option. AT&T TV has most of them where others just do not. I think that if it has all the channels you're looking for and you don't mind the price tag, great. So that is my thought on that. Nick says the new home setup looks great. Thank you so much. I know I need to get something on the wall, but I am loving it. Yeah, I see you all saying I need a giant TV back there. I don't know. I think that might be kind of distracting. Oh, Howard, thank you for mentioning this. Plex. Howard says, I love Plex. Lots of their content and my own stuff. Yeah, Plex is awesome, and that reminds me that Plex is having a deal right now. So if you want to get Plex Pass, either the annual subscription or the lifetime Plex Pass, you can take 20% off of the price right now. So that deal is only good through midnight. We have a link over on Quirketers News down in the deals section. So if you are interested, definitely check that out and make sure you do it within the next 3.5 hours. Oh, great news from Eric. Reno 911 got renewed for a second season last year. Roku channel will have the second season. Awesome. Love that. Love that show. Oh, NYC, thank you so much. That was so kind. Jermaine says the trailer for Gunpowder Milkshake on Netflix looks amazing. I have heard about that one, but another trailer I need to watch. Tricopedia says, I watch Pokemon and other shows on Netflix and Hulu. I got lost in translation. DMS wants to send me a Steelers poster for my wall. No, thank you. I'm all set. No football anything in here, actually. Not even any Browns gear anywhere. Just all of my sweatshirts hanging in the closet. I'll start wearing them whenever it's football season. Don't worry, guys. All right, Bill has some more info about Rewind TV. Nexstar Media will launch multicast network Rewind TV on September 1st, offering nearly 50 million TV households a menu of 80s and 90s sitcoms. Good stuff. So definitely check on your antenna if you get that channel after September 1st. All right, let me scroll up and see what I missed here. So someone's mentioning the 85-inch TCL TVs. Yeah, those are amazing. That would probably take up this entire wall and definitely unnecessary for me, but if you have the room for it, awesome. Someone asked me about the rechargeable Roku remote. I actually have not gotten I I haven't gotten one yet, so I haven't gotten a chance to use it. I think it came out as I was moving, so I didn't have anywhere to have it shipped to. So soon I want to get the Roku one and the new Siri remote. Bill, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I know that we have a post up about how it was supposed to be launching, but I don't think I ever did an update, so I appreciate the info. Eric says hello from Washington State. Hello. You guys just want to send me all of the sports paraphernalia, and I don't need it. You know I'm a Cleveland fan through and through. Let's see. Nick is a fan of the new Apple TV remote. I'm hearing that a lot. I know some people were having some issues with figuring out the scrolling on it, so definitely interested to try it out myself. Annette, hello. So happy to have you. Better late than never. Glad you're here. Howard, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mark says, has anyone heard of the HD Home Run Flex series of DVRs? Yeah, Home Run makes some great DVRs. I know we have a lot of fans on Cord Cutters News, so if anyone has any personal experience with the HD Home Run Flex DVRs, please leave your comments in the chat. John just saw the trailer for Tomorrow War. It will be on July 2nd. There's a lot of good stuff coming out this summer. Jermaine, yes, you do make a good point about the University of Georgia. Nick Chubb went there, so fine, approved. I can be a fan, that's fine. I don't have any allegiance to any college sports team at the moment. Oh, interesting. Eric says that the Roku Rechargeable remote is sold out on the Best Buy website, but Best Buy has a ship-to-store option. Look, if I have to call Roku directly, I will do it. I need to get one. Howard has the HD Quattro, and it's great. Yeah, I've heard really only good things about HD Home Run. Let's see. Bill says a link posted, but not a link you can click. Interesting. Ruby Red Lady says, hi, finally caught you live. We are so happy you're here. Welcome to the chat. Are we getting cicadas in Cleveland? I haven't personally seen any yet, but I know that they're coming. We also have midges. They're these tiny little bugs. I don't know if you guys have them where you are, but they take over, especially because I'm so close to the lake. We get them real bad over here. So my window is covered in these tiny little bugs. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to the suburbs pretty soon. So whenever I am there, I'm going to hang out with family for a week. So whenever I'm out there, I'm sure the cicadas will be out, and then I'll take pictures and post them on Twitter for you guys. I know we've been laughing about the cicadas for a while now. Jeff says, please put out a PSA about the person who asked the Roku Remote Pro to ask the question. I'm not sure. Did I miss something maybe? NYC says, after Comcast sells its shares of Hulu, do you see Hulu lasting long as a standalone app, or should it rebrand? Many Disney fans outside of the US don't have an optimistic view for Hulu. So, good question. Personally, I really like Hulu. Sorry, excuse me. Personally, I'm a big fan of Hulu. I think that Disney likes having the option of a live streaming service. For that reason alone, I don't really see it going anywhere. I don't know what they'll do with it. That's a really good question. To be honest, I don't know if I have a strong opinion about it, except that I think that Disney will want to hold on to it just to stay in that live TV streaming game. G-Money says, I love cicadas. Yeah, that's a lie. I hate them. You've all heard my story at this point about how I was dive bombed by cicadas when I was out running last time they were out. Belinda says, I'm sorry that we missed you last week. I stopped donating to Lowcast because it got too expensive, still watching on my phone. Yeah, Belinda, so sorry I wasn't here last week. I know that was a very last minute change, so very sorry about that. Yeah, understandable. And that's the nice thing about streaming, again, is that you don't have to keep all of these services month to month. If you feel like donating again to get rid of those notifications, great. And if not, you can still use it as long as you can put up with those notifications. So great stuff. I don't know. I really like Lowcast as a service. I'm happy to make that $5 donation, but totally understand people who want it as a free option only. Hey, MP Ward says, go Browns. Hello in Akron. Happy to have another Browns fan in the chat. Get rid of all these Steelers fans. Just kidding. Roku Remote is sold out on the Walmart site too. Man, everywhere. Jeff says, I can answer the Roku Remote Pro question. I have one. I just don't know what the question was. Oh, okay. So if someone had a question about the Roku Remote Pro, the rechargeable remote, if you want to leave it in the chat. I think I missed the question. I just saw people asking my opinion about it, and right now I don't have one because I haven't tried it out myself. Absolutely love the idea of it because I know that people have been having a ton of issues with batteries draining really quickly. So I think that was a very smart move. I met with the people from Roku right before they released it, and I told them that was something that you guys had talked about a lot, is how quickly you go through batteries, so that you would all be very, very happy about that rechargeable remote. So they were happy to hear that feedback. CJ is getting Lowcast emails asking you to donate, but they're not even in your area. That's wild. I'm so sorry. Have we done a piece on the emergency broadband benefit program? I think that we had mentioned it in a post with some other stuff, and Tamara had written it, but let me go back and double check, and we can do an update about it if there's new information. Thank you for mentioning that, Colin. I can paint the wall orange to support the Browns. That might be a little much for me. I don't know how I feel about all that. That's a big commitment. Also, I rent this place, so I'm not going to go around painting walls. All right. Go Colts, says John. Oh, Bree did not get notified that we were live tonight. I feel like that's a YouTube thing. Sometimes it sends out the notifications, other times it does not, which is super annoying. So I'm very sorry about that. Hopefully they figure that out, because I've heard other people say the same, that whenever they have a either recorded or a live video go up, that people are not being notified. Definitely a YouTube thing. Walmart does have the Roku rechargeable remote, says Richard. Awesome. Okay. Maybe I'll just have to look around. I can paint the wall orange and say it's for old school Nickelodeon. Yep, totally. I do love some old school Nickelodeon. Legends of the Hidden Temple. So good. I know we talked about this last time. We were all sharing our favorite Nickelodeon shows. All right. Bill says donated to Lowcast once, hoping that they would show up in Austin, but they have not. Yeah, I know that they say that if you show interest that they will consider it, but I think that they probably have people everywhere asking them to come to their city next. So, sorry about that. I would assume, though, Austin is such a big city. I would assume that they would go that direction. Chris says, insects beginning with the letter C, like your little bug friend. Yeah, crickets, centipedes, and cicadas. Yep. For those of you who don't know that joke, in my old apartment, all of a sudden I had centipedes coming in through the windows, and that was another reason to move. No bugs here, thankfully, just on the windows, which is fine. G-Money says, Roku doesn't like the Q&A again. Yeah, and I noticed too that whenever I started, my internet was being glitchy, and it hadn't been doing that all day until I got onto YouTube, so not sure what all that is about. Yeah, there's some talk about finding me on Twitter. I'm just at Just Types over there. Super simple. Great question, Trekopedia. What do I think about CW saying Legends of the Hidden Temple Reboot will be on Sunday nights on CW? Love it. Very excited. Want to be on the show. I would do it in a heartbeat. Oh, cockroaches. Gross. Yeah, Mark. Another one. Nope, all these bugs starting with a C. We had cockroaches when I lived in New Orleans. We had some, and the little fire ants. Man, I do not miss the mutant bugs. It was nice living in the South, but holy smokes. No, thank you. Barbara says, can you please explain the Paramount Plus plan changes effective June 1st? Yeah, actually, let me find that post real quick so that I don't get everything wrong. And let me try typing without so many typos so it will actually show up. All right, let's see here. I didn't want to get the pricing details wrong because I know I always mix up numbers. So right now you are paying $5.99 a month for limited commercials. And starting June 7th, that's going to change to $4.99 a month. So it is a bit of a price drop. However, when that price drops, you will lose your live TV CBS station. So if you want that live feed of CBS, you will have to upgrade to the $9.99 commercial free plan. So that is the pricing that is changing. Otherwise, things will stay pretty much the same. I don't see anything crazy to point out, but if anyone else has any other call outs, please leave them in the chat. Yeah, lots of people saying that in the South they are having issues with the bugs. Yeah, that was I won't say it was my biggest complaint. It was a complaint. And also we had Nutria. Has anyone ever heard of these? And word on the street is that everything got 10 sizes bigger after Hurricane Katrina came completely out of control. So that is my quick story about my time in New Orleans. All right. Let's see. Yes, my daily side, thank you for the reminder. If you haven't already liked the video, please do. And if you haven't already subscribed to the Cord Cutters News YouTube channel, we would really appreciate that. I'm here on most Wednesday nights until something comes up at the last minute. But Philip is also over here making videos every week with some deep dives into streaming services and new features and updates and all kinds of good stuff. Trekopedia says, I'm shocked that Peacock is telling people to sideload the app on Fire Stick. Yeah, agreed. That was an interesting comment that they made. But I think the thing is, Amazon and NBC just can't seem to come to an agreement, so people are just doing what they have to do to get that app. Correct. So if you're already paying $9.99 for your commercial free plan, nothing should change. Really, your price isn't going up. You'll get all the same content and everything. G-Money says, Roku is working now. Hooray! CJ, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week. I know I missed some stuff when I was reading that pricing info. Jason says, my wife has been getting back into the TV show Castle. I heard it's on Disney Plus overseas, but not in the US. Looks like people are telling you about where you can watch it. If anyone else knows where to watch Castle, I think someone said Hulu. Yeah, it is tricky. I will say that the website justwatch.com is a great place to go if you're trying to figure out where to stream different content. So you can just put in the title of the show or movie. All right, we have time for a few more questions. If anyone's got anything else that you would like to talk about tonight. Apple TV on Fire Stick. Oh, okay, someone was asking if you can get the Apple TV app on Fire Stick, and people were saying yes, it is available. Yeah, I love it whenever we get off on a tangent and everyone's just talking about different TV shows. That actually is my favorite thing. All right, a quick comment because I see it over here in the chat. I totally understand that people want to use a VPN, but just be aware that it violates the terms of service for a lot of streaming services to change your location using a VPN. So just something to be aware of. All right, G Money is recommending The Fugitive on Roku Originals. Ooh, I will definitely check that out. I've really been liking these Quibi shows. All right, guys, I think that we are going to go ahead and wrap it up here. The chat has slowed down a bit. So thank you all so much for being here. I am sorry for missing last week, but I will try to make sure that doesn't have to happen again. So thank you all so much for coming back and hanging out with me tonight. This was a fun chat. So, all right, that's it for me tonight. I will see you all next week. Bye.